Hello, hello, hello. How are you there today? It's Wednesday, June 11th. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is well, and I'm happy, happy, happy you are here today with me. Yes, everybody is here today. I'm happy to see you. For you to be here today. I am so happy that everybody is here this today. Give me 1 second. Having any issues with here today. Let's see. Ooh. So I'm happy today. Today's episode 108. We're talking about let's talk about fats. Let's talk about fats today. Let me get here. In a second here. Okay. Well, we're going to have issues with Instagram today. We're not. Okay. Well, we're just going to keep on going with our Instagram today. Our family will catch them later. And we'll add them later to our program. Okay, my name is Coach Dawn Allen, and I am the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. I'm Coach D, and I'm happy you're here with me this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for rocking with me for 108 episodes. And those who are new today, hello and welcome. And I'm glad you're here with me today. Episode 108, Let's Talk Fats. Yes, let's talk fats. And if I love to tell you, let me know where you're coming from or where you are hailing from today. Put it in the chat, please. I would love, love, love to see where you are hailing from today. Thank you, and thank you. So today, well, let me tell you who I am first. Let me introduce myself. My name is Coach Dawn Allen. I'm the CEO of Stay Sexy Wellness. And I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I lost 50 pounds. So let me tell you how I did that. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't hard. Let me tell you what happened. So one day I was sitting home and the spirit told me to get on the computer and get on the scale. And I got on the scale and I saw this number that I could not believe. It was 203 pounds. And I'm like, what? That's not right. Something's wrong with my scale. And I got on the scale 2 more times and it still said 203. And I just could not understand that number. But I'm like, well, you know what? I remember the doctor was saying every year you gain 1 to 2 pounds. I did the math and that was correct. But I was upset with myself because I said that I would never, ever, ever, ever weigh more than 200 pounds. That's something that I would never do. And that was not me. That was not she. That was not I. That I would never weigh 200 pounds. But there I was, 203 in my face. And I could not deny it. I could not hide it anymore. I used to take pictures and hide behind people, be sure someone's in front of me. I would sit some kind of way, my position. I just have the head, top head, nobody, try to hide the body. And then, I knew I was gaining weight, but how you know, but you don't want to know. Look in the mirror and see something else. That was what I was doing. I was hiding, pretending, faking. And, I knew my body was changing because, I would walk and a couple of times my knees would give out and that's not cute. And, I'll go to the shopping center or anywhere. I would grab a cart first thing because I wanted to assure myself. I wanted to be sure that I don't fall down. I never knew when my knees was going to fall out. Fall down, fall out. I didn't want to fall on the ground. I didn't want to be embarrassed. So I would grab a shopping cart. So I was getting signs that my body was changing, but I just was, wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. But the scale, that 203, that was the head. I couldn't do anymore. I couldn't deny it. I couldn't hide it. That was it. So I said, Lord, what do I do? And he directed me to my computer and I got on the computer and I found a school that touched my heart. And I signed up for the school and I went to the lessons. I really was excited. I was really in tune. I was so focused that I was doing what they said. I was learning how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, when to eat, how often, how many times. I was doing all of that. I was just so focused on the eating part. Now, I did lose 20 pounds by just changing my diet, but that's all I did. I didn't do the whole thing. I didn't do the exercise. I didn't do a few other things I was supposed to do. So I said, let me stop playing with this thing. Let me do the whole thing. Let me do right. So when I did do right and added to exercise and a few other things that I added to it, I lost another 30 pounds. So I lost 50 pounds altogether by eating right, by moving my body, and self-care. And that's how I lost my 50 pounds. So I told God, if I can do it, I'm going to turn around and reach back and help others do what I did. So I don't want to tell somebody to do something that I didn't do. So I lost 50 pounds. And if you want to know how, I can show you how, because I did it. And hey, it was not bad, really. Once you put your mind to it, you have to really, 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 really want it. Otherwise, don't worry about it. But you have to really, really want it and be committed. And anybody can do it, because I can show you how to do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Trust me. So tonight, we'll talk about fats. You're saying fats? Why do I want to talk about fats? If you want to lose weight or want to maintain weight, why do I have to know about fats? That's ridiculous. But you do. Because we do need fats. In a healthy diet, okay, it consists of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. That is included in a healthy, well-balanced diet. You don't have to have a lot of fats, but we do need fat. Our body needs fats, okay? So let me tell you about why we need fats, the importance of fats, okay? So it provides energy, protects your organs, maintains your cell growth, stabilizes blood pressure, helps your body absorb certain nutrients. Okay, so we do need these fat. We do need it, not a lot. So the whole thing about it is what type of fats. That is the key. We have to understand what type of fats. So I'm going to discuss what type of fats, because some fats are good and some fats are not. So that's the thing we have to understand, that part. So I'm going to start out talking about saturated fats and unsaturated fats. I'm going to discuss those two fats first, okay? So the main difference between those is the form. Okay, what is the form? Okay, so saturated fats come from animal fats, and they're pretty much like red meats and dairy products, okay? And when they're at room temperature, they are solid, okay? They're solid fat. They're solid, okay? What happens is these fatty deposits get in the blood vessels and clog the arteries, okay? That's why they're harmful, because they clog the arteries, okay? Now we have unsaturated fats, and they come from plant sources, and like nuts, olives, and avocados. And they, at room temperature, they are liquid and are less likely to clog your arteries because they are liquid. Okay, so both of these types are important. Like I said before, they are protect your organs and maintain cell growth and stabilize the blood pressure and help your body absorb foods as certain nutrients. So they are both important. It's just the type of fats that we're talking about. They also have another fat called trans fats. Okay, so trans fat, it's similar to saturated fats, but not exactly. Okay, so what these do, these trans fats, they raise your LDL cholesterol levels, and that's not good, because what they do is they raise your levels. Okay, and when that happens, it has a high risk of heart disease. Okay, and also we have some called HDL levels, and that's good, and that reduces that. So it's opposite. Okay, so that's trans fat, pretty much the worst of them all. Anyway, so these changes in cholesterol, they're found in processed food, fried food, commercially baked foods, cookies, crackers, and snacks. Okay, so these are pretty much, out of three of them, the kind of the worst ones. So let me tell you about why they're bad. So we have saturated fats, like I say, versus trans fats. And as I say, I'm sorry, in both of these, they raise the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol levels, which can contribute to heart disease. Then we also, if you want to watch the calories, well, most of the meals that contain saturated fats and trans fat, well, they're higher in calories. If you're trying to watch your weight, that's not what we want to eat. We want to reduce those or limit our those fatty meals, because one day they make us gain weight. Another thing, like I said before, these high fat diets, They increase our risk of type 2 diabetes and certain cancers. And also, we have fat soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K. A for apple, D for David, E for elephant, K for kitten. So what happens is our body already absorbed these particular vitamins already. They kind of absorb. They already have. They produce these vitamins already in the body, right? In the liver, actually. But too much of these vitamin A, D, E, and K will make you get sick, because what happens, it produces some type of toxin in the body, and you can get nauseated and vomit. So be careful about too much A, too much D, too much E and K, because that's because they are fatty vitamins. So we don't need too much of those. One thing I found really, really, really interesting was that part about fat vitamins produce energy. They give you energy. I'm like, energy. So it says, yeah. So the body utilizes fat as a primary energy source. I thought that was really, really interesting. It says during rest, low intensity activities. So I'm like, well, what? So I did a little research and I read to you. It says high energy density. So it says fat provides a significant amount of energy per gram, about 9 calories, compared to carbohydrates and protein, which provide 4 calories per gram. So that means you pretty much get more energy from fat than you would the carbohydrates and protein, which I found very interesting. But it says, this is what I found really interesting. It says, well, I'm thinking, well, why don't we use fat energy instead of carbohydrate energy if it's condensed? But it said to utilize fat as a primary fuel source instead of carbohydrates, okay? You got to focus on reducing the carbohydrates. Okay, so that means less carbohydrates. So that makes sense. You have to increase your fat consumption. Okay. You have to engage in endurance exercises. So pretty much they're saying that it's best to use the fat energy when you're doing an endurance exercise, which is slow and long. Okay. And this process is called fat adaptation. And it says it allows your body to more effectively burn fat for energy. So kind of a slow burn, okay? So I did a lot of research on it, and it's a whole process of when to eat, how to eat, what to eat to be able to utilize this for energy. You have to train your body actually to change over from burning the carbohydrates to the fat. So I was reading it, and I found it very, very interesting that your body can do that. But it can. And you know what? I never told you what my transformation statement was. I'm going to tell you what it is, what I do. Okay? I help overweight individual ladies who feel unworthy, forgotten, and unseen. Go from being stressed out to having energy, drive, and motivation by changing nutrition, physical activity, and self-care to become fit, fine, fabulous, and so sexy, loving yourself from the inside out. That's what I do. I love, 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 love doing it. And I love, love, love giving energy and giving information like this to help you to reaching your goals. So I'm going to do a little wrap up. And also I'm going to give you, if you want to get a pencil and pen, I'm going to give you a list of the healthiest foods. And I'm going to give you foods kind of stay away from. You probably kind of have an idea what those are anyway. But I'm going to give you a list of the healthiest foods, okay, and the fat. So, as a wrap up, I'm going to give you the benefits of healthy fats, okay, as the primary fuel source. When you get the fat, it says a sense of fullness, which is good. It slows down the digestion of carbohydrates. It does add food to flavor. Healthy fats can also aid in hormone function. It aids in memory and the absorption of specific nutrients. So those are some of the benefits of fat. So our body does need fat. Like I said before, it provides energy, protects your organs, maintains your cell growth, stabilizes blood pressure, helps your body absorb certain nutrients, like I said before. So fat is essential. You don't need a lot of fat, but you have to eat the right type of fats. So let me tell you, you want to get a paper and pencil to jot down a list of the healthiest high-fat foods. Okay, fatty fish. Dark chocolate. Avocados. Nuts. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to do a combination here. I like my dark chocolate with nuts. Just as me. I like it together. It gives it a better flavor to me. Olives, tofu, chia seeds, eggs, flax seeds, nut and seed butter, olive oil, yogurt. Those are the foods that are high in fat. And let me tell you what let me tell you what the trans fat foods are. These are the ones that Here we go, guys. I'm sure you know what these are. Fast foods, frozen pizza, vegetable oils, margarine, baked foods, store sandwiches, guys, and processed food. Now, some of that stuff you can probably find something change into a more healthier food. You know, like frozen pizza. You can always change the crust, like to cauliflower crust, stuff like that. You probably can change some of this stuff up, but as is, that's what it says. Saturated fats, butter, cheese, red meat, pork, baked foods, milk, and coconut oil. And as far as dairy, you can always get the non-dairy thing. So you can always switch up a little bit, guys. So you don't have to change up some of this stuff to be on healthy stuff. The unsat, which is the good food, is avocado, flax meals, walnuts, seed vegetables, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and olives. So I want to just give you a quick view of what is the healthiest food, what is the not healthiest food. So if you like something that's on the not healthy food, just change it over to maybe vegan or something like that. So this you can still get it, or make it homemade, make it yourself. There's always a way to make it better. But I just want to be sure that we need fats in our diets. We do not need a lot of fat, but we want to make sure we get the right kind to be healthy. So we don't want to have the high cholesterol. We don't want to have the chance of cancer or heart disease or anything like that, or gaining weight gain because we're eating the wrong foods or eating too much vitamin A, D, E, and K, and getting sick and getting toxifying our body and vomiting and getting sick because of too much. We want it to be healthy. Besides, the summer will soon be here. June 21st is the first day of summer. So we want to get our fit, fine, fabulous bodies ready to go. We don't need no extra calories, and we want to be healthy and do what we need to do. Well, that's all I have this evening tonight. I'm hoping you get value. And Instagram land, I'm sorry, I'll catch you later. I hope I gave you value tonight. And I know that you're saying fat, so I want to learn about fats. Now you know why. Fats are good. We just have to be sure that we are eating the right type of fats and the right amount of fats because our body needs these things. So, as I always say, stay well and healthy. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. I forgot. Oh, wait a minute. I will having my masterclass soon. It's 5 key strategies to shed those unwanted pounds and live your healthiest life. And that's going to be on Thursday, June 26th. I will be dropping the flyers very, very soon. Probably tomorrow. Look out for the flyers. 5 key strategies to shed those unwanted, nasty pounds to live your healthiest you. So look out for that. June 26th, I'll be sending out the flyers. So look out for that, and I want to see you there. Okay? So all I have to say for now, as I always say, stay well and healthy and stay sexy wellness. Until next week, bye-bye for now.